Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today is mashed potatoes and brown gravy day, and here I have 2 pounds of white potatoes. I'm going to peel them. You may use Yukon Gold, you may use russet potatoes, but this is what I have at home, so I'm going to make with white potatoes, which I really like. I'm going to add enough filtered water to cover the potatoes. I like to use filtered water because it tastes better. Tap water has off flavors and it could change the flavor of the food. So a good water is the best option. I'm going to add a little salt to it. Salt is to taste. Turn on the heat on high. Stir a little bit. Get the salt distributed in there. And I'm going to cover the pan so it can come to a boil faster. So now that my mashed potatoes are boiling, open the lid a little bit like that. Turn my heat down to medium and let it cook for about 10 minutes or until fork tender. My potatoes have cooked. They are fork tender, so I'm going to drain them. Add just a little bit of potatoes in here at a time and mash them in the sieve. My husband and I like silky potatoes. If you like a little chunky, you may use potato masher, but we really like it like this, really silky. I'm finishing it up, getting the little bit that's left on the sieve into the pan. Turn the heat on to low and add some salted butter. I know I put salt in the water when I cooked the potatoes, but it wasn't enough. I like using salted butter, 5 tablespoons of it, little chunks. I find that to be enough. Just cook it on low, trying to melt it. Tell you what, when you use a sieve, fine mesh sieve, you work that potato a bit. I have a ricer as well, which I love to use sometimes. The sieve is not so bad. Work that butter in it. And now I'm going to add a little liquid. I like to use a combination of a half a cup of heavy cream for creaminess and 3/4 of a cup of evaporated milk for flavor. I let the heavy cream come to room temperature a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more. A little salt. A little pepper. Freshly ground black pepper or any pepper will do. And stir some more. I have a few different mashed potato recipes. This is my favorite one. I like the combination of heavy cream and evaporated milk. Of course, you may use 1 1/4 cups of whole milk or any milk you want. Even put a little sour cream in it. But this is my go-to mashed potato recipe. This is the one I make the most. We like it silky and creamy mashed potatoes. Most of all, flavorful. See how it's slowly getting creamier. And as always, the recipe is in the description of the video. My mashed potatoes are ready. Put a little more butter on it. I turned off the heat. I'm going to cover the pan and make the gravy. For the gravy, I'm going to turn on the heat to low medium. And I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of butter. Here's 4 and here's 5. I'm going to melt the butter to make a roux. Now that the butter is melted, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And I'm going to stir it for about 5 minutes on low medium heat to cook the flour. I've been cooking the roux for about 5 minutes now on low medium heat, and it's starting to look pretty good. Now I'm going to add beef base. Beef base is beef stock concentrate, and it makes awesome gravies. And I'm going to dissolve it in the roux. It looks like a chocolate sauce, doesn't it? This is just one of the many ways I make gravy. I'm going to cook it for just a few seconds. Now I'm going to slowly add some water to it. Here I have 2 cups of water. Filtered water, of course. If you know me by now, you know I like to cook with filtered water. 2 cups of 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 water. 2 good water. A little more water. The water is at room temperature, by the way. A little more water. I'll add the rest of it. I'm going to increase the heat a little bit since I added water. Right now it's on medium high. Just wanted to start boiling this a little bit. Then I'll reduce the heat. I'm going to add a little freshly ground black pepper, which is to taste. It's up to you if you want to add it or not. And keep stirring. And this is totally optional. I'm going to add half a teaspoon, just half. See, this is 1 teaspoon. There's half a teaspoon of garlic powder and half a teaspoon of onion powder. And stir. My gravy is starting to thicken, so I'm going to turn the heat down to medium-low. The gravy is ready. I'm going to turn off the heat, cover the pan, and set it aside. Look at these awesome mashed potatoes. So creamy and silky. Put it right in the center of the plate, like that. Now it's time for the gravy. The freshly ground black pepper. It is incredibly silky, incredibly soft, and that gravy is money. It's absolutely delicious. Silky, awesome. I hope you make it. I hope you like it. I hope your family loves it. And thank you for watching.